Benji and welcome to The Second Opinion, a podcast about the life behind the white coat and the lessons you learn along the way. Real insights, real stories, and honest conversations. So, G, what would your younger self be most shocked to learn about becoming a doctor? Ano yung pinaka-ikakagulat ko? Siguro, ang pinaka-nagulat ako pagdating nung doktor na ako is, I thought it was gonna be easy. I really thought it was gonna be easy, but then it wasn't. Kasi, akala ko nun, ang nakikita ko lang kasing image ng mga doctors nun, mayaman, nakakotse, or kahit pa hindi sila mayaman, like, pagka nagpapacheck up ako nun, parang ang gara nila, like, ang gaganda, ang pupogi, ganyan, parang ang ganda ng gamit dun sa mga clinics nila, ganyan. Tapos parang sobrang ginagalang sila ng lahat ng tao and all that. So that was my image. And then when I became a doctor, or habang nandun ako sa way of being a doctor, while I was in my journey to become a doctor, dun ko na feel na hindi pala siya ganun ka-glamorous. Like, it's dirty, it's tiring, it's toxic, it's sobrang hirap niya, and it's super long. Like, ang tagal niya. Like, it's like taking 2 extra college courses para maging specialist ka. Like, if you go into medicine, that's 4 years. So, tapos mo yung college mo ng 4 years and then another 4 years ng med and that's it. But then, if you want to go specialize, that's another 4 years. So, 3 beses ka basically nag-college, which is kaya 3 beses ka gagraduate, and then that's 3 board exams usually. And depende pa yon kung hindi ka na magsa-subspecialize pa. So, yun yung kinagulat ko eh. Like, no one prepared me for that. Ako kasi yung first doctor in our family, so I didn't know what to expect. I just thought na yung nakikita ko sa TV, yung nakikita ko sa mga check-up ko, ganun maging doktor. Yun lang yung idea ko. It was sobrang surface level pala niya. Hindi pala siya ganun. Well, to a certain point, ganun siya. Pero matagal bago mo yun ma-achieve. Like, lagi kong hinahalin tulad to sa mga sa mga basketball players, like NBA players. Like, nakikita mo sila sa NBA, ang gagaling nila, sobrang lupit, ganyan. Parang wala na lang sa kanila yung pagtira ng tres. Like, wag mo silang bantayan, hindi na yan mimintis halos yung mga yan. But then, bago sila nakarating dun, hindi natin nakita yung training nila na since 5, 6, 7 years old sila, everyday silang nagbabasketball, everyday sila, they take thousands of shots. Nung naging structured yung training nila, they do, kunyari, a certain shot thousands and thousands and thousands of times. Kaya pagka napapanood mo sila sa TV, parang sobrang effortless na yung tirang yun sa kanila. Parang wala na lang yun. Basta if they get to their spot, tumira yan, shoot yan, sure na. Yung ganun. Doon ko na-realize yung ganun pala yung pagiging doktor. Like, ang nakikita ng tao is yung the glamorous side na doktor ka, ikaw yung darating ka, parang ikaw yung inaabangan ng lahat, ganyan. Pagdating mo, parang nagbe-behave lahat ng tao. When you talk, everyone listens. Kasi doktor ka eh. Tapos, ang hirap pala makarating dun sa ganong level. Like, hindi pala yun ibibigay lang sa'yo. And dun ko na-realize din na kaya pala, totoo yung kasabihan nila na if it were easy, everyone would have done it. So, dahil hindi siya ganun kadali, a lot of people want to be, a lot also don't get to be. So, I know madaming iba't ibang factors why a lot of people don't get to be. But then, yun, kasama yun eh. Kasama yun dun sa, reasons kung bakit hindi sila umaabot sa pagiging doktor. And, I think magugulat yung younger self ko kasi nga si younger self ko akala niya madali lang eh. Akala niya maaabot lang niya to effortlessly, lalo na nung mga times na hindi naman sa pagbubuhat ng bangko, hindi naman sa pagyayabang, pero there were times in college na hindi ka mag-aaral, tas ikaw yung isa sa highest score, kung hindi man at least pumasa ka, pero walang aral yon, stock knowledge, ganun. Hindi po sa pagmamayabang, please don't take it the wrong way. Pero merong mga araw na ganun, may mga exams na ganun. And then, biglang pagdating mo sa med school, like, 2 linggo ka na nag-aaral dun sa parehong subject. Like, sumasakit na yung ulo mo kaka-review. Ito, nasusuka ka na kaka-review, ganyan. Itong same topic na to, tapos pag-exam bagsak ka pa. Tapos parang, what? Like, all those effort na ginawa ko, tapos bagsak pa rin, like ganun. So yeah, I think isa yun sa mga ikakagulat ni younger self ko. What did becoming a doctor cost you personally? Like, well, personal question, but then, ano yung ibinayad ko sa pagiging doktor? I think a lot of doctors can attest to this, especially yung mga nag-specialize, nag-residency. It costs you a lot of your time, specifically your youth. Okay? Kasi as a professor, as a nursing professor, I have students ask me, Doc, okay ba mag-med? And then, I ask them, anong timeline mo? Kasi, a lot of them will ask, mahirap ba? Magastos ba? Ganyan. But then, ang hindi na-factor in is yung time. It takes a lot of time. And it takes a lot of your youth. And hindi yun babalik. Like, yung pera, ma-ROI mo yun somehow. It might take longer, but then ma-ROI mo yun. But then, yung time na you spend in med school will not go back. Okay? Like, for example, ako kasi hindi ko inabutan yung K-12 eh. So, let's just say, sa kapanahunan namin, natapos kami ng high school 16. So, 17 college ka na. I took a 4-year course, which is nursing. 17, 18, 19, 20, 4 years. And then, nag-gap year ako ng 1 year. And then, this is just your pre-med. Tapos, magme-med proper ka pa, which is 4 years. Another 4 years. So, that's sa akin, 9 years na yon kasi nag-gap year nga ako ng 1 year. So, 9 years. And then, 1 year na internship. So, 10 years. And then, nag-1 year ulit ako nag-gap year. 11 years. And then, 4 years na residency. 15 years. It took me 15 years from high school. So, if kunyari, may nanonood nito na pasok sa K-12. Ilang taon kayo gumagraduate ng senior high? 18, di ba? So, plus 15 years. And that is the time that you become a specialist. So, kung hindi ka mag-specialize, kung hindi ka, sige, kunyari, tanggalin mo yung 2 gap year ko. Kunyari, nagtuloy-tuloy ka. Wala kang gap year, so 15 minus 2 is 13 years. Specialist ka in 13 years if wala kang other delays. Now, what if hindi ka mag-residency? Gusto mo mag-general practitioner after mo mag-board exam ng medicine, mag-work ka na, hindi ka na mag-residency. So, let's subtract dun sa 13 years, let's subtract 4 years. So, it's gonna take you 9 years. Okay? Around 9 or 10 years. Yung sa 9 or 10 years na yon, hindi na babalik yun. So, in those 9 or 10 years, wala kang career na tinitake doon, yung mga kaklase mo na hindi nag-med. At 9 years, ano na yan, na-promote na yan once or twice. Some of them will have houses. Some of them will have families. Yung iba, by the time na graduate ka ng med school, may anak na. Yung iba, 2 na. Okay? So, pagka nilevel mo yung sarili mo sa kanila, parang sobrang ahead na nila in life. Tapos ikaw kakatapos mo lang mag-aral. Kakatapos mo lang ng huling mong board exam. So, that is a cost na it's not factored in but it takes it's very personal eh. Kasi sa'yo yun eh. Hindi mo na mababalik yun. When did you first realize medicine was changing you? I think first ko na-realize na nagbabago na ako dahil sa medicine nung nasa residency na ako. And dun sa residency ko kasi, ano na siya eh. Like, natatanggap ko na iba yung timeline namin. Iba yung takbo ng buhay namin as doctors na hindi siya kagaya nung mga kaklase ko nung high school na ang buhay nila is gagraduate and then eventually at mid-20s, may family, may stable income na ganyan. And I'm in my mid-20s studying kasi may quiz ako bukas. Ganon. So, dun ko napansin eh, when I started to compare myself dun sa mga kaidaran ko, hindi kami pantay in life. Like, sabi nga ng isang prof namin, medicine is the ultimate delayed gratification. Sobrang tagal bago mo ma-feel yung saya na doktor ka. Like, ang dami mong pagdadaan ng hirap bago mo ma-realize na, okay, masaya, okay pala to. And dun ko naramdaman yun na magkaiba kami. And dun nagbago yung perspective ko dun sa nangyayari na, okay, long game to, long term to. Hindi ako pwedeng naghahabol sa kanila. Kasi una na sila eh. Doon pumapasok yung may kanya-kanya tayong timeline. Which is totoo naman talaga na may kanya-kanya tayong timeline. But then, nilagay niya yun nung na-realize ko yung mga bagay na yun. But then, nung na-realize ko yung mga bagay na yun, doon siya na-put into another perspective. Doon siya naging totoo for me. Doon ko na-realize yung mga bagay na hindi ko pa na-realize before about me, about sa nangyayari sa akin, and about where I am in life. So, that is one of the things na na-realize ko na nagbago rin sa akin yung outlook ko in life. Would your younger self still choose this path if he knew everything? So magdo-doktor ba ako if kinausap ko siya na eto yung mangyayari sa'yo sa med? I think yes. Magdo-doktor pa rin ako. I don't know. I read a quote somewhere that said, medicine is only for those who cannot see themselves doing anything else. And I don't know kung masyado na ako na brainwash ng med or whatever, pero I am at the point in my life na I cannot see myself doing anything else. Like, yes, nagko-content ako, yes, nagtuturo ako, professor ako, and yes, I am also a doctor. But lahat yun was hinged upon me being a doctor first. Kasi if I wasn't a doctor, I wouldn't be able to teach. Of course, I wouldn't be able to handle patients, and wala din tong vlog na to. Baka food vlogger ako or whatever, or kung nagvo-vlog man ako or kung ano man yung naging work ko. So, ano siya eh, yun pa rin talaga eh. Doon pa rin ako babagsak eh, sa medisina eh. And ano to hindi ko gustong maging doktor nung bata pa ako. Like, yung iba, maririnig mo yung mga storya nila, bata pa ako, gusto kong maging doktor. Ako hindi eh. Nung bata ako, iba gusto kong maging eh. Gusto kong maging anything about computer and tech. Kasi bata pa ako, may sarili na akong computer. That was, I think, 1996, 1997, may sarili na akong computer sa bahay. And naka-internet na ako by 1998. And I was young that time. So, I wanted to do something that revolves around computers. Nagbago lang yun one morning. Actually, tanda ko pa yung kwento kung paano ko na-influence na maging doktor. Nangyari lang yun nung high school. I think that's another story. Pero, eto muna yung sagutin natin. Kasi mahaba yun, mahabang kwento yun. Mahaba pa naman ako magkwento. So, yeah, I think yun pa rin yung pipiliin ko eh. Magdo-doktor pa rin ako eh. Kaya, kung meron nakikinig dito na nagtatanong, magdo-doktor ba ako or not? Like, you have to ask yourself, can you see yourself doing anything else? If yes, you might want to explore that. Kasi, kapag ka naandito ka na, ano na siya eh, it's a commitment na siya eh. Like, you have to see this through. And, ito yung klase ng commitment na bubugbugin ka, masasaktan ka, you will fall, you will fail, you will be wrong. Like, hindi ito yung tipo na ikaw yung palaging tama, ganyan, hindi eh. Sabi ko nga, it's very difficult. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with making mistakes. You have to be okay with being told na mali ka. You have to be okay with that. And then if after all that, you still want to be a doctor, then baka nga para siya sa'yo. That's a time na masasabi mong, ay okay, gusto ko nga talaga mag-doktor. Yung alam mong kahit bagsak ka na. Like, hindi mo talaga titigilan. Sobrang hirap ng med na merong mga times na hindi ko alam kung mapropromote ako to the next level, to the next year, to the next SEM, ganyan. But then, umabot sa point na ang motto ko in life is, I am not gonna quit. Hindi ako mag-quit ng med. Kung hindi man ako pasok sa standards, kung hindi ako umabot sa cut-off, kayo ang magtanggal sa akin. You have to drag me off of this school bago ako umalis dito. Otherwise, hindi nyo ako mapapaalis dito. Like, I will do everything in my power to stay. I will not quit. Tanggalin nyo ako, sige. Pero hindi ako mag-quit. So, yun yung, yun yung mindset ko around the time na hirap na talaga ako sa med school. Kasi, umabot talaga sa time na ganun eh. And I just learned that during med school. Doon ko lang na-realize na, ay, may ganun pala ako. Kaya feeling ko ang daming nagawang mabuti. Meron ding mga nagawang masama sa akin ng pagiging doktor. Pero, overall, I think mas madami naman yung mga nagawang mabuti mabuti. And that's why I think yun pa rin eh. And eto na lang yung alam ko eh. Ito na lang yung alam ko. Like, I don't know anything about business. I don't know anything about doing anything else. Ito na yung buhay ko eh. So, I think doon na rin ako babalik eh. What is one truth you wish someone told you before medicine? I wish meron nagsabi sa akin na I have to enjoy life habang nagme-med. Na hindi puro aral lang, hindi aral, bahay, ganon. School, bahay lang. Like, I wish someone told me that I could explore life while being in med school. Kasi kaya naman eh. Basta meron ka lang, ipaprioritize mo lang, ayusin mo lang kung alin yung mauna, alin yung hindi, ganyan, alin yung gagawin mo, alin yung hindi. I wish someone would have told me that. Kasi feeling ko hindi ko na-enjoy yung 20s ko eh. Kasi nga nasa med school siya lahat eh. Well, the second half of my 20s was in residency, and most of my residency is pandemic, so wala talaga magagawa doon. But then, I wish I could have enjoyed a little bit more. Para lang mas marami akong kwento. Para lang mas maraming nangyari sa buhay ko. Kesa natulog ako, kesa like, ito yung mga sana pumunta na lang ako doon sa inuman na yon. Sana gumala na lang kami, ganyan. So, ito yung truth na sana may nagsabi sa akin na i-enjoy mo yung med school habang nagme-med school ka. Kasi pwede. Hindi kailangan na puro hirap lang. Like, enjoy it more. I wish someone would have told me that. Kasi, it would have been life-changing, and I think mababago yung takbo ng buhay ko if ever na nagawa ko yon during med school, but then I did not really do that. What kept you going when you wanted to quit? Madaming times na I wanted to quit, pero I think ang pag-usapan na lang natin is yung residency, kasi there were multiple times in residency dun sa 4 years ng residency na yun na ayoko na talaga, na I really wanted to quit. And I think, to be honest, up to now, masasabi ko sa inyo na hindi ko alam kung bakit tinuloy ko pa. Like, hindi ko alam. Like, a big part of me, like, gigising ako, tapos ayoko na pumasok, ayoko na gawin to, ganyan. Like, ayoko na talaga. But then, I don't know, I kept going. Pumapasok pa rin ako. So, hindi ko alam what kept me going. I don't know kung this is pero ang ginagawa ko kasi noon, nung mga panahong ayaw ko na. Kasi kami noon 2 days off, 2 days on. So, kunyari, duty ka ng Monday, duty ka ulit ng Tuesday, tapos off ka ng Wednesday, Thursday, tapos duty ka ulit ng Friday, Saturday, ganon. 2 days on, 2 days off. Tapos, what I did was, kapag yung ayaw ko na talaga, yung quit na talaga ako, what I did was 48 hours. 48 hours lang. So, papasok ako, and then the timeran, like, every time I look at the clock, nagbabawas ako dun sa 48. Like, kunyari, tapos na naka 6 hours na ako dun sa duty. 42 na lang. Tapos, ang pinakamasaya is pagka nasa bahay ako. Kasi kapag nasa bahay ako, kasi 12 hours lang yung duty namin eh. So, pagka natapos yung 12 hours ko na duty dun sa unang araw, nasa bahay lang ako, ganyan. Wala akong ginagawa, pero nababawasan yung 48 ko. So, masaya lang, tuloy-tuloy lang, ganyan. And then, the next day, just another 12 hours. Tapos tapos na. Sometimes, hindi pala 48, 24 pala, sorry. Kasi ang kinakount ko lang is yung duty hours ko. So, after nung una kong 6 hours, parang, na lang, 18 na lang, ganun. So, pagka natapos ko yung una kong duty, 12 hours na lang, konti na lang, ganun. So, pababa yung number, pakonti yung number. So, I think parang napupush ako na maikli na lang pala eh. Tapos, nakakapagpahinga na ako after, ganyan. And, I think, dumating din sa point na medyo meron ka ng mastery. Medyo alam mo na kung ano yung mangyayari. Kasi sa una talaga, grabe. Pagka nag-residency kayo, unang 2 taon probably is the worst 2 years of residency. Kasi dun sa unang 2 taon na yun, para kang alila talaga. Plus, ang dami mong hindi alam. Like, it doesn't matter kung ikaw yung best sa med school nyo. Pagdating nyo ng residency, parang ang dami mong hindi alam. Kasi you're learning administrative stuff, you're learning office politics, politics in the hospital, mga even just how to admit a patient, kailangan mong aralin, and it's not part of your curriculum ng med school. So, ang hirap niya. Sobrang hirap nung unang dalawang taon na yon. So, pero pagdating mo ng around 3rd year, 4th year na, medyo alam mo na. Medyo memorize mo na yung galawan ng mga consultants mo. Memorize mo na kung anong gagawin mo pagka ito yung nakita mo. May time sa pagdating ng, ewan ko sa akin, sa ER, pagdating ng pasyente, nakita akong ganyan, ganto. Tapos, papasok na sa utak ko, ano yung mga nangyari before nakamukha nitong pasyenteng to. Most likely, ganto din yan. Sila din yan. Hindi ka na masyadong nagugulat. Unlike first year, second year, ang dami mong mga nakikita na first time mong nakikita. And, of course, pagka first time, sobrang kaba mo, sobrang takot mo, sobrang stress, ganyan. So, nakakapagod talaga. But then, it gets a little bit easier as time goes on. A little bit. Not that much, pero a little bit easier. And also, your problems become different. Okay? Kung dati, pinoproblema mo, itong pasyenteng to, ganyan-ganyan. Hindi ko alam kung anong nangyayari. Anong bibigay kong gamot? Pagdating mo ng senior, okay ka na. Medyo alam mo na yung mga gamot, medyo alam mo na yung nangyayari, ganun. Ang iba mong problema is yung ibang residents, yung juniors mo na. Kasi, minsan, part kayo na nagtuturo sa kanila. Minsan, yung politics ng hospital, yung issue, yung problema, ganyan, minsan yung ibang staff, ganyan, minsan yung patient interactions, yung problem, ganyan, nag-iiba yung klase ng problems mo as you go up the ladder. But then, it gets a little bit easier, the problems change, but then, yun yung, nung parang quit na talaga ako 24 hours lang. 24 hours lang. 24 hours na lang. Like, 16 hours na lang. 12 hours na lang. Konti na lang. 8 hours na lang. Ganun. And then, I always keep thinking, matatapos din tong duty to. hindi to forever. Matatapos din tong duty to. To cap this episode off, last question. If you could say one sentence to your younger self, what would it be? And I would think I would tell my younger self na kinaya mo. Naging doktor ka. Like, babagsak ka, mahihirapan ka, ang dami mong magiging problema, ganyan. Ang dami mong pagdadaanan, kinaya mo. Maaabot mo yun. One sentence ba yun? Like, kunyari, puro kama na lang yung ilagay nyo doon. Pero, yun, I think that's what I would tell myself. Kasi, I think, if yung una kong sinabi kanina, mahirap mag-med, ganyan. Panghihinaan ako ng loob knowing who I was before. Panghihinaan ako ng loob. And, I think, I would tell myself na kinaya mo yun. Like, even if dinaanan mo yung mga yun, kinaya mo siya. And, yun. So, if you are considering entering medicine, I hope meron kang napulot dito. May it be good, may it be bad. And also, these are my personal opinions and my personal experience, and this might not be yours. Pwedeng yung mahirap sa akin would be madali for you. Pwedeng yung mga bagay na I thought of or I interpreted as difficult or I interpreted as hardship, it was easy for you. It will be easy for you. It will be easier for you. Kasi from the time na nag-med school ako to the time that I graduated to the time ended residency, a lot has changed already. Like, sweldo pa lang. Sweldo namin nung resident ako was 21,000 a month. Walang overtime, walang hazard, walang kahit ano. Ang laki na ng difference ngayon. I think times 2 na yung sweldo ng mga residents ngayon compared to sa amin. So, that was part of nagpahirap ng residency ko. But then, yun nga, it would be different now. Of course, inflation and all that stuff. But then, it would be different. You will have a different experience from what I experienced. So, if you really want to pursue med, do not be discouraged by this video. Kasi again, kung ano yung mahirap sa akin might not be difficult for you. You will have your own experience. You will carve your own path. So, kung gusto mo talaga, go for it. Yun lang talaga Doon mo lang malalaman if you're really cut out for it once you're there. Hindi mo, like, take the leap. Jump. Okay? Take a leap of faith. Try mo. Anong mawawala? Diba? O gusto mong pagsisihan the whole time na, dapat magdodoktor talaga ako Wag mong pagsisihan yun. And the only way na hindi mo pagsisihan yun is if you try. And that ends the first episode of my podcast. I hope you follow me. See you on the next one. Bye, guys.